Good morning. My name is Fanjuan Shi. I have been working in the data science domain for quite a long time, covering a wide range of topics like machine learning, analytics, visualization, and data lake. So today it's my pleasure to share with you some of my previous experiences and suggestions that might help you to improve the performance of your data teams. The first suggestion I would like to share with you is that when you create your project backlog, always think about having projects of different maturity phase and use quick win projects as appetizers. Because data projects, sometimes it takes very long time to deliver. So by having projects with different maturity phase, you will be able to continue to deliver each quarter of concrete results. And quick win projects as appetizers are also very important. Just like in restaurant, that gives people appetizers to keep patient and let the chef do the cook. So by giving quick win projects, your internal client will see month by month, quarter by quarter, concrete achievements of your team. It also allows your team to feel confident and proud because they see that their achievement has been appreciated by different teams. The second suggestion I would like to give you is that before creating your success, define it clearly. Why we do that? Because data projects can be somehow very complicated and you have multiple objectives. So teams can be very easily distracted by different objectives. So by defining clearly and in the beginning of your objectives and the key performance indicators to measure it, it keeps your team focused on the right topic and they will be motivated to achieve it. One thing is very important is that when we work on new data science or machine learning projects, we are not only measuring the revenue or the traffic generating by these projects, but also we measure the incrementality, means how much more traffic and revenue we are generating thanks to these projects. Basically, there are two ways to do that. One is benchmarking, and the other one is A/B testing. So it is very important that data teams understand and align to the right way to measure the success of the project with the KPI and also the data to measure it, as well as the threshold to define how the success is look like. The third suggestion I would like to give you is to start small, to solve one problem at a time, and try to avoid reinventing the wheels. Why should we do that? Because, in the data domain, I would say that a majority of the problems that we are facing in the company has already been solved or resolved by some other companies or some other researchers. So it is very important that before we do the project, try to do a state-of-art analysis, try to understand what has been done, why it doesn't work, or why it does work. If it works, let's try to adapt it. If it doesn't work, then we think about how we can improve it, change it, or restructure it. And then the other thing very important in this suggestion is try to keep your project simple and viable. This is what we call agility in a minimal viable project. Because a data problem can be very complex, and if you just throw this problem to your team, they will be distracted and they don't know how to do it. A good team leader knows how to cut the project into different, smaller and resolvable problems so that each time the team can focus on it and solve one problem at a time. And finally, there's also one thing very important on this suggestion is that try to leverage the power of your partners. In the market, there are a lot of companies and solutions that is helping to solve the problem. And usually they are not so bad. So before thinking about building a solution, try to ask yourself, should you buy it or should you build it? And sometimes you will find that it is more interesting to buy it than build it. And the last suggestion I would like to share with you is that please try to dare to turn risks and failures to your final success. I think everyone will agree with me that not every data project will reach to a success. But when you encounter difficulties and challenges, and maybe sometimes you need to take risks, what should you do? my suggestion is try to promote what we call entrepreneurship within your data teams. There are several advantages of doing that. First of all, when you delegate enough, that creates responsibility of your team. Secondly, is that when you delegate, people take ownership and they will be more creative. And sometimes they will propose solutions or ideas you might not think of. The third thing is about a very traditional Chinese wisdom, because in Chinese, as you can see on the screen, we define crisis by danger plus opportunity. So when there is a danger, behind that, it is always some opportunities behind it. So try to think about, in the current situation, why things doesn't move on. Is it due to the quality of the data? Is it due to the collaboration between the teams? Is it due to the quality of your model? Or is it due to the difficulty to expose your conclusion or insights to the customers? Try to decompose the complex issue and try to find out what is the lever that can help you to make the project move on. By doing that, I'm sure you can turn your crisis into opportunity and final success. And before I finish, I would like to share with you one last thing, is that today there's a trend saying that machine learning can solve all the problems, but in reality, this is not. I would share with you is that machine learning is very powerful, but it has also its limitations. In quite a lot of times, when you have a business issue, try to think about simple and feasible business rules and business solutions before checking the feasibility of machine learning. And sometimes you will have a good surprise that you can solve the problem without doing machine learning. But of course, when we go to a very big volume of data and the rule is deep hidden in the details of the thing that human cannot predict, cannot refine, then machine learning comes to its place, and it will be very helpful to apply to this kind of methodologies. So I hope that my sharing can help you, and I wish you a very good day and a very good success in your future data projects. Thank you very much.